Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Monday, we do the Expanse, and we get to do Season 2, Episode 3. I don't know what this episode is called. Let's not even speculate on what it could be. Just leave myself open to the cliffhanger that's going to inevitably come. And yeah, I mean, last episode on Episode 2, we got to see a little bit more of insight into the proto-molecule, get to see what the plan behind the Phoebe station accident and what happened there, a little bit of espionage, even on both sides, where like Proto-Gen and then this guy where even in the comment section you guys were talking about where, you know, the guy was basically making it sound a lot like the Nazi scientists trying to validate the work that they were doing. And, you know, that makes a lot more sense. And honestly, like, I do see that, especially now, looking back, like, getting some time to kind of sit and let the episode breathe a little bit, like, that makes a lot more sense, especially, actually, symbolically in a way, but, I mean, literally, they gassed them, in this case, with radiation instead of, like, cyanide. But, like, that's, yeah, pretty heavy imagery there. Or at least similarities, not imagery. It literally happened. But yeah, I don't know. Then Miller shot Dresden. And I still, even after it happened, I know I was in the comments with some people. I wish, I'm going to remember some of y'all's names for sure. Trust me, I know, I recognize who you are. I just don't remember the usernames. They see so many. Anyways, but when Miller shot Dresden, I was like, I think it was a dumb move. Obviously, this is without any hindsight. Obviously, this is without any, you know, context for what he was feeling and more of just what I think was best for up to that point. Like, getting information from him and, like, that kind of thing obviously is, like, a defensible, logical response, but it's cold, right? Like, there's no emotion, there's not much empathy in it. Like, I don't know what Miller was feeling. I can only assume, and what I think now, letting it sit longer, is Miller even said to Holden, I don't care who controls it, I just want him to burn, right? Or something to that effect. And I think that pretty much resonates with exactly his actions, right? He didn't really care that it was Dresden. He didn't care that it was, you know, oh, the intergalactic this, and we need to help save the people of 100 years from now. He doesn't care, you know, and he showed that. And I think it's indicative of the character. I think it made a lot of sense. And honestly, in the moment, I probably would have done the same thing. I think I mentioned it briefly in that where I said at first, I was like, I don't care at all what you have to say. Yeah. You know, so yeah, without any further ado, we get to see now, moving a little bit forward, hopefully we get to have context for what Miller's mindset was behind that decision, and now we get to see what that ripples throughout the universe here. You know, what does him shooting Dresden do to Proto-Gen? How does Proto-Gen approach this problem now of the lead scientist being able to stop it from growing or kill it, now being dead? And all of the codes are encrypted, so how are we going to get that information now? I don't know. And then how is that going to affect Ehrenreich when he's operating under the assumption that this is all going according to plan, right? So, I don't know, but we're going to find out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We do this every week on Mondays. And, yeah, stuff's getting crazy. Starting to get a job. Going to have an interview pretty soon. So I'm still going to try and do at least a video a week for the Expanse, and if I get time to do other things, I'll make time. But until I sort out my new schedule and do some time management with the new lifestyle, we'll see what we can do from there. So, without any more blabbering, the Expanse, Season 2, Episode 3. I'll see you guys in the video. What is that seal on there? Oh, is this the moon that Christian and Ehrenreich were talking about blowing up the Martian moon?
All 17 people in the station were killed instantly.
Who do we fight for? Mars! Suit up. We need to train. War is coming.
Oh, shit.
Can you imagine what it would be like to lose the moon?
Dude, if they blow up the moon, that would That would mess up the Earth bad, I think. Not to mention the debris, just like what happened to Mars, but like probably tenfold for Earth, because I believe it's a lot closer. Oh, and I remember somebody told me to skip the intro to not spoil myself. I never watch it, so I never actually spoil myself. I'm always like during that time, I'm just like talking to you guys, but I'm gonna skip it just for posterity's sake.
You shouldn't even be on this station!
Hey, is something you need to get off your chest there?
Damn right!
Man, Holden did not take in this well at all. Miller just doesn't give a shit, man.
He's had a tough day.
Dozens of ships leave here every day. Pick one, and I'll get you on it.
He's like, I thought I just did everybody a favor, I guess. I'm so interested to know Miller's mentality. Like, before it was weird, but understandable and justified. But now it's like, especially with everybody reacting the way they are, so interesting. I would love to get insight into the mind.
Here's how.
Drank it right before he could do the toast.
For what it's worth, I get it. He killed your girl and you shot him.
Oh, interesting, okay.
Well, he's as close to righteous as it gets out here. So when you says you're out, that's just how it is. Because the way I figure, he's probably right. Sure as hell has a better chance of being right than I do.
What an interesting statement. That was really, really interesting.
You keep picking fights with the wrong people.
Honestly, that just sums up Miller's whole, like, story arc through all this. Very cool. Amos is, like, talking about how Holden is, I think is pretty spot on. And pretty matter of fact. Broke it down nice, clean, concise. And him being close and similar to Miller makes a lot of sense as well. They are very similar, both in their actions. Amos has learned to more, I guess, control that, versus Miller, who's almost outwardly fumbling around, but has similar tendencies, I suppose. Very interesting.
Let it go.
He fought for nothing. Miller just...
He got you out of Eros alive.
He shot an unarmed man right in the head.
An unarmed mass murderer.
That's true.
He cared about all of us.
We had Dresden. He was gonna talk. We could have used him.
We could have what? Worked out a deal? With a man who casually murdered countless Belters.
Why? Miller, why? No. She's like, right. People in the comments telling me even, and it makes a lot more sense here, where it's like, look, you can't, that's not a guy to be reasons with. He's already established the precedent of being unreasonable. Like, all of his actions have been unreasonable. But then when you show up and he just goes, yep, okay, take everything, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, that's a guy who said, it doesn't matter who controls it as long as I get to do my research. So you think you being righteous and him making the right decision is going to just happen and everything's going to be okay? It's weird. Now Amos saying, like, he's as close to righteous as you get out here is just spot on.
Then what, you sleep on the dock?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Come. You stay with me.
Yeah.
You one of us now.
Miller is gonna be one of the Belters.
Protogen. It's an Earth-based biotech contractor with facilities throughout the system, including the one destroyed on Phoebe. Get in there.
This should be an interesting conversation.
Whoa, that's so weird. I kind of like seeing how it's like Amos and Holden are kind of like tagging together as kind of like the muscle and the captain thing. That's kind of cool. I like that. Hopefully that continues.
Paulo Cortazar, you were a member of a team studying Eros.
I'm a specialist. Nanoinformatics.
We need you to make a vaccine.
Why would I want to do that?
I can't imagine what it must have been like watching your mother die.
She never complained. Her brain was fried. She didn't think anything was wrong with her. Even when the drool was hanging from her lip for hours on end until it crusted to her chin. Not a bad way to die, actually.
It is turning into an interesting conversation. Is he gonna give himself a haircut? Whoa. That's really weird. I wonder if Julie is kind of like the manifestation of his guilt. I don't know.
Well, he wasn't born this way. He was altered. Part of his temporal lobe has been effectively erased.
Someone waves a magnet at the right side of my head, and suddenly I can watch 100,000 people die in agony and not give a shit.
Wow. I was about to make a comment, but that's basically, yeah, they summed it up.
We trained all our lives for this. The sooner we have it out with Earth, the better.
We're not going to Earth. We've been ordered to Ganymede Station to secure the food supply.
Farm patrol. Yes, sir.
Dismissed.
I have a feeling that she's going to take her little mission off route, perhaps a little detour. They didn't say how long it took to get there. They just mosey their way onto Earth and, you know, have a war and come back.
The things you've no doubt heard me say, the things I've blamed on you, those words were lies.
Holy shit. Yo, this is a crazy transmission that's happening right now.
If they learn that you're helping her, the OPA will put a hit out on you.
Well, then I guess it's gonna have to be our little secret then, huh?
Man, there is a lot. This is just getting deeper and deeper, man. This is crazy.
Blue barnacles jutting out of her mouth, out of her body, snaking out of her hair, growing up against the walls. And there she was. Dead.
Beautiful.
Ah! There was a difference.
And at the very center, a particle nothing leads to, like a seed crystal that requires and provides a massive amount of energy.
That was really interesting. I saw that, like, when they were talking about, like, how do you get through to a guy like that, when they were discussing, like, how he doesn't have the empathy, and you could see Amos's, like, expression be like, man, is it reversible? Like, am I like this guy, and is there a way to maybe possibly save me? I think that was a little bit thing that I noticed. And then just now, he was almost using this connection he had to be like, okay, I'm the one that has little empathy. I understand that. I'm going to try to get through to him. And there was a lot of yesing and yesing and yesing. And then the one time they diverged, when they talked about what the horrific state she was in, what it was, and he said, dead. He said, beautiful. And that slight moment of, like, him almost realizing, like, okay, I'm not quite like this guy. And then he kind of has that smile of, like, I got the information I wanted, but more importantly, I now know that it's not that I don't have any empathy. I'm not a complete, person. I'm not altered or different or, messed up or broken or whatever the adjective you want to use like this guy. That was a really cool, subtle moment, character moment. Oh, is this the Mormon guy that he had, that he saw before, or is this like the same kind of church?
I think maybe I know where I need to go now to. Nauvoo. Have you ever talked to a pedophile? I had a private chat with Cortazar, and Eros is his pedophilia.
Oh, smart.
What's that? It's one of the data streams that Dresden was collecting. It's coming directly from Eros.
It's talking.
Are those people talking? Not people. Pulses. Steady like a clock. Counting down.
Whoa, what?
It's building.
What? Holy crap. Dude, this is insanity.
God damn it!
Man, Alex keeps playing over that simulation. He just doesn't make sense.
What are you doing?
Alex, 25 people on that pod we lost. My job to protect them.
You saved Amos.
And we lost 25 people because I made that choice.
There's no point.
Point is, next time I'm gonna save them all.
Oh man, everybody preparing for war. This is weird tension.
I take it this means you know where you want to go?
Eros. I know that you know Dresden was gonna get away with it. And I didn't kill him because he was crazy. I killed him because he was making sense.
Whoa.
Any idea how we can take out a whole asteroid?
Yeah.
No way. Whoa. Dude, I just got goosebumps. I don't know if you can see this. I'm sorry if I keep looking down. I have fantasy football draft that's happening. Holy crap. Yo, you gotta be kidding. Excuse me. That is nuts. Learn like the Amos angle of like kind of doing a little bit of sprinkling of a little bit of character development, and for each of the little characters, the relationship of Holden and Naomi kind of showing that it's not just like together after one episode is nice, but my goodness, the implications of the proto-molecule being able to learn with the more biomass you feed it makes perfect sense for why they had to go from Phoebe, just a small research center that they couldn't control or contain, to a giant asteroid that they could prepare for, given data. So they used this gigantic mass of just people to see what it does, and now it's building something. And he said counting down. We saw that it was able to almost replicate the shape or mirror the shape of Kenzo right before it sucked him up with the thing, this tentacle thing. And then Miller saying it wasn't because he was crazy, but it was because he was making sense. Wow. Him saying that if we were able to cure us by utilizing and learning from this proto-molecule, which is extraterrestrial life, and then, sacrificing a few million people to save and perhaps even strengthen or lengthen mankind's existence in the greater universe, that is some crazy stuff, right? And honestly, it makes sense, I guess. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, it makes some sense to, like, at least see if you can use something from it. But, like, I don't know. I think it still had an element to it. But I think Miller did just do it because he's like, look, that's not good. Like, it isn't good because your rationale makes too much sense that you're going to get more people on board. And I think that's the scary part. Is you might actually convince people that this is a right thing to do, and that's real messed up. So, holy crap, this episode was nuts. This episode was called Static. Makes some sense. Learning about the voices, the big major plot development in that. The next episode is called Godspeed. I know people have told me in the comments to watch 4 and 5 together. I'm probably gonna do so. Or I'm gonna try to do so, at least close together. I usually try and watch one a week, give myself just some time to let it breathe and my space to edit and stuff. But wow, this episode was crazy. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of the decision. And at the very end, Miller saying to use the Nauvoo. I can only assume that that's what he meant, is to use this giant, massive ship that's being built to destroy Eros. And that is nuts. Wow. Okay. Let me know. Do you guys think that Miller was right in his thinking? Because I think it makes a lot more sense now. Like, just the revenge thing, like, I would just say, oh, I get it. I probably would have done the same thing. But I'm not even necessarily wrong. It's just him clarifying that it's like, it's not just flat and surface level that he's just crazy, but it's the deeper implications of his thing actually making sense and being defendable, right? That's the part that's scary. Anyways, I'm going to keep rambling. I'm sorry. This episode was fantastic. If you guys liked what you saw and you like the content, give me a subscribe, hit the like button, comment your thoughts down below about the episode. We do this every Monday. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.